It's Friday, December 2nd. Drinking my coffee. A little tired. I don't have anything funny or quirky to say before this video, so piss off. Anyway, I wrestled back in 2005. I got it written down. 2005. I was wrestling for Battlezone. Battlezone ran shows pretty much every weekend. So we were going to McGee, Mississippi, Yazoo, Mississippi, McGee, Mississippi, Yazoo, Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, just almost every weekend. They were running some kind of TV spots up there. I don't know exactly everything that happened, but Battlezone's main building was in McGee, Mississippi. It was a shitty, rundown, old, decrepit building that we ran shows in, and we ran some damn good shows in. They had an 11 by 11 foot ring. So when I say that, picture a 6-man tag in an 11 by 11 ring, guys my size. It was rough. But we pulled it off because we were talented enough to do it. Anyway, March 31st and April 1st of 2005. Thursday and a Friday night. Thursday night was in Natchitoches. Friday night was in Lake Charles. It was a big show featuring, Battlezone wrestlers and some top guys from the business. You had a bunch of top guys there. Mick Foley was there. Rodney Mack was there. Jazz was there. X-Pac, D'Lo Brown, ODB, a few other people. And, man, when I tell you it was cool to sit down and pick D'Lo's brain, I got to sit down and talk to him for a good while and just to telling me some different parts of the business, and just, it was awesome to sit down and talk to him. He treated me well. Mick Foley treated me well. Everybody pretty much treated everybody well. X-Pac was cool. So there was this guy that he was an agent for the big names. And these people that are in the wrestling business, okay, a lot of people that are in the wrestling business are really trashy. A lot of people. And you come across a few of them that are really trashy. And this one guy just thought he knew everything about the business because he was the agent for Mick Foley and got him all there and got a cut of the money, so he thought he was part of the show. And so I had my match against Psycho, Toby Williamson from that owned part of Battlezone. He and I had a match, and then after the match, this guy decides to jump in the ring. He was an announcer / the guy that I'm talking about, the douchebag. So he decides to jump in the ring and just starts screaming at me like, "What do you want me to do?" So I do what Minotaur normally does. I grab him, hook him, sidewalk slam him, hit him with the Vader Splash, Minotaur drop, and I leave the ring. Now, granted, the guy that I just beat was still in the ring, down and out. By the time I got to the curtain, this guy is on a microphone, screaming at me again, like nothing happened to him. I saw red. I looked at Rodney. As soon as I walked in the back, I looked at Rodney and said, "Is he back on the microphone? Is that him on the microphone?" And Rodney said, "Yeah." So I'll be back. I turn around and go walk back out the curtain. Mick grabs me from behind. He says, "Time out." He goes, "We're going to get him at the end of the night. He's been aggravating the shit out of all of us since we've been here." So I said, "All right, I'm listening to you. You the man." So later on, he comes to me, Mick comes to me, and he says, "All right, this is what's going to happen. I'm refereeing D'Lo Brown and X-Pac." He goes, "At the end of the match, I'm going to pull Sacco out, get both of them with Sacco, just to, and it's going to turn into a big melee. Everybody's going to hit the ring. So I'm beating the hell out of everybody. We're going to grab him, throw him in there. We're all going to mess with him." So I said, I got no problem with that. Now, Mick's known for pulling ribs. So I don't know if he was doing it. He came just to me. So I was talking to Rodney about it. Rodney's like, "I don't know." So there's two separate entrances to this place. And Rodney's standing at one entrance, and I'm standing at the other entrance. We watch it through the curtain. And as soon as Mick hits him with the Sacco and everything, he's ready. It's the time. So Rodney and I is debating, looking at each other. If you go, I'll go. Or if I'll go, you go. So we both want to run into the ring. Melee happens. Everybody hits the ring. D'Lo grabs this guy and picks him up. And everybody gets a shot at him. Now, afterwards, we get in the back, and he came in the back pretty much crying in tears. I don't know who hit me so hard, but it busted my nose. Yeah, his nose was bleeding. Everybody looks at me. I'm like, I had nothing to do with it. Seriously. It wasn't me. Seriously, it wasn't. I didn't do it. Yeah, I did. Anyway, that was a cool story. The next night we were in Lake Charles. The guy behaved himself. So that's how you learn in a business. When you start messing up and you start pissing people off, they do things to humble you. And he was humbled. We didn't hear a word from him that night. And we went to Lake Charles. And it was some pretty good shows. We had, it was Northwestern College, I think it was, in Natchitoches. And then some big building in Lake Charles. And we pretty much, I think half the building was filled. I mean, it was, when I say building, it was arenas. So it was some of the biggest crowds I wrestled in front of. Had a good time with that one. That's all for this week. We're about 7 minutes in. Again, please like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends, whoever likes wrestling, this is what I'm doing. I've been a professional wrestler for 23 years. I've got a lot of stories. Some funny, some sad, some good, some bad. And I'm just going to share them with y'all because I think that telling people that side of the business, this side of the business, gives a whole different perspective to what we do. And I appreciate everybody. Love y'all. We'll see y'all next week.